The auction process has been legally concluded.
I saw a streak of shadow in his eyes. Based on my instinct from years of handling cases, I think that he might have raised goblins.
If based on the look in your eyes, a prosecutor can decide whether to prosecute you or not, then there will be no peace in Taiwan.
I think these values should be honored in tax law as well. The first, second, and third trials all rule the nature of the money in question as gifts. Then it should not be a tax as tuition for a cram school.
Because he thinks this is a respect for the master. It is a kind of gift, where the indictment is unacceptable. If the tax authority uses this indictment as the basis for taxation, I think it is questionable.
Code doesn't count. The code doesn't count. The code doesn't count. We still want to emphasize that Tai Ji Men indeed is not a cram school. We would like to commend Tai Ji Men for its contribution to sports and family life education.
So there is no issue of income tax. For the facts confirmed in a criminal court ruling, the administrative agencies have no reason not to adopt them.
You can go to the website of the Control Yuan to see that I have issued 7 corrections. For each correction, the NTB said, we made a mistake. In 2011, I told the Minister of Finance that this case should be closed. He didn't take it as his own business. He thought, I took the bonus anyway, and if there is any tax due, it is you that should pay it.
In the criminal and legislative aspects, Tai Ji Men has been declared innocent of all charges. Tai Ji Men has won the case. As for the National Taxation Bureau in the Executive Yuan system, our appeal has been heard in the Supreme Court. The final decision of the 3 court trials confirmed Tai Ji Men innocent. At the National Taxation Bureau, within the Ministry of Finance's appeal system, Tai Ji Men once again won the case. Even the Control Yuan decided that Tai Ji Men is innocent. I can't think of any ways after numerous legislators have inquired regarding this case. I can't think of any other course of action in our country's legal system can be taken to solve the case. I really don't know what is going on. Is it how our country's legal system is designed?
This case has been dragged for more than 10 years and is unable to be resolved. The administrative agencies have to take full responsibility, while the administrative agencies exercise administrative discretion. They have to ensure that people's human rights on taxation are protected, which is the most important spirit and objective.
The judicial system has proved Tai Ji Men innocent. There's no way the investigation by the tax agencies is clearer than that by the judicial department.
I know this issue has wasted too much time and resource. This is very serious, and it has shaken the 5 branches of government and the foundation of the nation.
Calling on the Taxation Bureau to revoke its illegal tax bills. You just ignore them. Hey, you think you're above us? You ignore courts, the Control Yuan, and even the Legislative Yuan. You really think you're the boss?
here, and all the information and evidence is here. It's spread out all over the floor, and you clearly know that you are in the wrong. What you've said in the past is questionable, but you want to continue to make the same mistake? That's bad. We request that the Ministry of Finance conclude this case in 2 months. Exactly what to do and what are you going to do? Don't delay anymore.
Gifts in nature. The others all say gifts too. Let the NTB of the Central Area submit the report to the Ministry of Finance. It's the NTB of the Central Area. It's not good to let them take full responsibilities. Just report to the Ministry. Okay, we'll do as the Deputy Minister says. We'll send our official report to the Ministry of Finance. Just now we said to revoke. Revoke it? Okay, area will report to the Ministry of Finance.
The Ministry of Finance sent letters to legislator Chou Jingtian, Xing Zhetu, and Justin Chow, saying it had demanded the National Taxation Bureau of the Central Area to revoke the execution pursuant to Article 40 of the Tax Collection Act. 4 days later, the National Taxation Bureau of the Central Area in turn sent a letter to the Hsinchu branch of the Administrative Enforcement Agency requesting it to stop the execution pursuant to Clause 3 of Article 9 of the Administrative Enforcement Law.
The bidding process is supposed to be open. I can hear the sound from the auction room.
Copy number 1 to
I
number
can hear
100
what
into the
happened.
tender box.
Which one do you follow for the 1030 action? Please answer. Li Guifeng, Senior Executive Officer. Which one do you follow? No, there is no mention of 1030. You wrote 11, okay?
Internal operating.
Then show them to me immediately. Okay, then you can show me
We don't
your
have the
website
internet
right
here.
away. How can it be?
Why should government officials follow their conscience? He does not dare to show his moral courage and leave the people in the sun, wasting not only the resources of the people, but also the resources of the country. I think that government officials should be conscientious and should administer policies in accordance with the law and bring this case to an end as soon as possible.
It is taxing illegally. This wrongful and false case has lasted for more than 20 years. If the 1992 tax bill of the Tai Ji Men wrongful and false case is not rectified, then we can say that there is tyranny in Taiwan.
Thousands of people surround the auction site in Miaoli. Even if the iron gate was locked in front of them, the people still sat and wait to defend the land. The Tai Ji Men case, in which over 10,000 people have been victimized, has lasted for 24 years. But the enforcement agency still wanted to auction the land of Tai Ji Men to pay back a wrong tax bill when Tai Ji Men was found not guilty of tax evasion by the court 13 years ago.
If a person on death row cannot be executed when he is later found innocent, then why did the 1992 tax bill issued by the Supreme Administrative Court get executed? Officials from the Ministry of Justice also said it was legal to carry out the enforcement. So is the Su Chan-ho case. It's legal. They could have executed the death penalty. Why didn't they execute it at the time? It's because there is a problem. Since it is a problematic judgment, the enforcement agency should not have executed it. So why did they execute it? Why? It's a question of bonuses. When the Tai Ji Men case was handled like this, will ordinary people encounter the same problem? Definitely.
The Administrative Enforcement Agency is not qualified. It is not objective and neutral, and it is not qualified to enforce the enforcement law. In order to frame people, it deceived the public and broke the law. The truth will finally be revealed.
The state does not have the power to seize people's property, and the administrative system should not persecute people and their family.
The entire auction is completely illegal, based on the Supreme Court's decision, Supreme Administrative Court's decision, the investigation report of the Control Yuan, and from the arguments put forward by various experts and scholars both at home and abroad. It is an unlawful judgment, but after the first unlawful auction, it is actually going on for the second time today. Now they are really going to execute it, and they have violated Article 129 of the criminal law for the crime of unlawful expropriation. We will file another lawsuit later.
还是什么？你怎么诚实一受？对不对？他当时通知我说办这案子的时候，我去看，我说让你做好吧。我就跟他提醒了，这个人怎么这么干？他说就这样办。
就这样子办。
所以说，那时候人家找我的时候，人家讲这案子有问题。
对。
没有人要听啊。
没有人要听的。所以你那个时候，您说就这样办是调出的人跟你讲的，然后里面是要人说有问题，结果他也
后来有人找我，人家讲，是没问题，我们是办顺利的。你原来我们怎么看吧？但是呢，让人家讲，我说就是告诉你，我当时是看，我说。你们怎么算的？他拿给我看，这你从哪里来的？你是不是？说这样不能算吧？然后他就说，他说啊，这不裁，不裁，然后你要怎么样？他说我们是这样的。人们要想了，这就是要说嘛，要不才怪我，台湾人啊找我是，他纯粹是
打混，你是说他找你去只是做样子而已，就是你不管说什么，反正他写他的，是不是？配合是调出吗？
他执法，
那执法，
他执法。那时候10年前的案子，他知道是分开。
Regarding the Tai Ji Men case, it was taxed from 1991 to 1996. It was strange. How could this happen? So, you see, a search was conducted on December 19, 1996. He said that there was tax evasion. The income tax in 1996 cannot be audited until April 1997. They had not yet filed their taxes. How could you investigate tax evasion? How do you know how they will file their tax return? Therefore, the tax years involved in the case clearly showed that this violated the tax law. Those who study the law know that you cannot prosecute or convict a person without getting the cash flow data. During the search on December 19, 1996, 2 bank statements show the balance of $22,000. However, the next day, a newspaper published that the master of Tai Ji Men had $11 million income from fraudulent acts and cram school tuition. You can't make such an inference even when you are writing a novel. How did they come up with this number? $22,000 times 5,000 is exactly $110 million. Probably that was how they got the number. The so-called evidence obtained after the search can be proved to be false, because you already set the amount. The transcripts and testimony. When were they done? Definitely after December 20th. $22,000 was blown up to be $110 million. Then this is all imagined. If they can impose taxes on people without evidence, then do we still need tax agencies? You can collect whatever amount of tax you want if you find more prosecutors like him. It's that simple. It's very clear in the Tai Ji Men tax case that the tax officers and Taxation Bureau imposed illegal taxes. Whether the tax laws applied or the tax demand are not justified. Imposing taxes based on imaginary data is absolutely against the principle that taxes should be imposed according to the law. No other nations that implement income taxes have this kind of practice.
Tai Ji Men进3审疑点。昭告天地，Tai Ji Men人。